Kashmir is no stranger to global headlines. In the past, it was for all the wrong reasons: terror attacks, proxy wars, internet shutdowns. But not anymore. Today, the world is not talking about Kashmir, they're talking in Kashmir. A key G20 meeting is underway in Srinagar. It's a working group on tourism. Around 60 foreign delegates are in attendance. They will spend the next 3 days here. At the Sher-e-Kashmir International Convention Centre, it's a big moment for Kashmir. This is the Valley's first mega event since 2019. That's when statehood was revoked, when Kashmir's special powers were taken away. But since then, there's been massive progress. This G20 meeting is a prime example of that. The days of militancy and instability seem to be over. It's now time for change. Having said that, all precautions are in place. Marine and energy commandos have been deployed, anti-drone technology is in place, and the CRPF are conducting mock drills. If things are fine, then why all the security, you may ask? Because New Delhi can only count on Kashmir and its people. Across the border, it's a different story altogether. We've seen 2 attempts to derail this meeting. One was a terror plot. The second was Islamist propaganda. Let's deal with the first one first. Reports say Pakistani terrorists were planning a major attack, perhaps like 26/11 in Mumbai. Their target was Gulmarg. G20 delegates were expected to visit the ski town later this week. It was part of their 3-day itinerary. But now the Gulmarg leg has been dropped. According to reports, the plan was this: terrorists would attack the hotel where the delegates were staying, hold them hostage and create bad headlines for Kashmir and set back the gains of 2019. So what did the local administration do? They dropped Gulmarg from the plan. Instead, Srinagar will host all the events. It tells you what the challenges are on the ground. Pakistan doesn't want peace in the valley, which brings us to their second strategy: to use the Islamist agenda to keep Muslim countries away. Pakistan made an open appeal to OIC nations. OIC is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Islamabad asked these countries to boycott the Kashmir meeting, and did they? Well, reports say Turkey, Saudi Arabia and Egypt did not send delegations. They did not have official representation, but their private sector did. Now, this is important to note. Countries like Saudi Arabia and Turkey have immense control over their private sector. Would they have come without the state's blessing? Highly unlikely. Either way, the Indian government is not reading too much into it. They're calling the Kashmir meeting a grand success. Listen in to G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant.
We view tourism as both a public and a private sector activities. All countries except China are participating here. Let me say that the tourism working group meeting in Kashmir has had an overwhelming response. Normally in any meeting anywhere, 4 to 5 countries do not come for various reasons because they are invited countries also. So it's not that some country is not coming here doesn't mean that he's become an enemy of ours. Don't take it to that level.
So to sum up, here's what happened. Pakistan tried hard to derail this summit, first by plotting terror attacks and then by appealing to Muslim countries, but both plans flopped. Bangladesh sent representatives to Kashmir. So did Nigeria, Indonesia and the UAE. All 4 are Muslim countries. They're also all members of the OIC. These countries saw and understood what Pakistan and China could not. That Kashmir has changed. That Kashmiris themselves won this summit. In fact, I have some numbers for you. Last year, 18 million people, 18 million tourists visited Jammu and Kashmir. That's the highest ever. Kashmir also got its first foreign investment. Dubai's Emaar Group is investing $60 million. They're building a shopping complex in Srinagar. How was all of this possible? Because Kashmir's security situation has improved. There were more than 400 terror attacks in 2018. By 2021, it was less than 250. And all of this shows one thing: Kashmir is on the path to peace and prosperity. The G20 meeting is meant to celebrate that, to highlight how safe and exciting Kashmir has become. It's not some bullet point on the OIC's agenda, nor is it the Pakistani deep state's playground anymore. Today's Kashmir wants to host global events, not to become the topic at global events.